Welcome to this episode on your favorite TV program, Make Your Food Your Medicine. My name is Itoro E. Bright, your kitchen instructor, food as medicine specialist, and author of the fast-selling book, Make Your Food Your Medicine. In this one-of-a-kind culinary program, our aim is to promote healthy living through healthy eating. Like they say, if you don't make your food your medicine, you may someday have to make your medicine your food. And today, I'll be showing you something different from the usual because we respond to feedbacks a lot. So from the feedback, some of our viewers want to learn how to make the regular stew without using artificial seasoning. And that's what I'm bringing to you today. So today I have here mackerel fish already cut and washed. And then I have onions chopped. Then I have turmeric, ginger, garlic. Then I have chopped diced carrots and spring onion. And then of course I have here also carrots. And then I have here tomatoes, bell pepper, habanero pepper, and then a lot of onions. So I'm just going to do make the pepper mix. I'm going to blend all together to get my pepper mix for the stew. So just come along as we go on. So one of the secrets, if you want to have a very tasty stew, is to add a lot of onions to your pepper mix. And that's exactly what I'm doing. That's why you see me using this quantity of onions. I want to have a very tasty pepper mix, even without using artificial seasoning. So we're just going to put all this in the blender. Blend them together. We'll blend them in batches until we are done with all of it. And then of course, we'll go ahead to cook. Okay, so I've blended the first batch and I'm about to blend the second batch. So instead of adding water, I decided to add my tomato puree to that. That way it's going to form the moist that I need for it to blend properly. And then in the third batch, I'm going to add this carrot to it. So I'm having tomatoes, bell pepper, habanero pepper, onions, and then carrots. That's what I'm having in my pepper mix that I'll be using for the stew today. So I'm going to blend this together for the last batch. But let me just go ahead to blend the second batch right now. Okay, so this is the second batch. I'm done with that. So I'm going to leave some of this so it will help the third batch blend properly. So for the third batch, I already explained earlier that I would have my tomatoes, and then here I have my carrots. But I'm also adding ginger, turmeric, and garlic to the blend. So if you notice now, the pepper mix contains tomatoes, habanero pepper, bell pepper, onions, carrots, turmeric, ginger, and garlic. And don't forget that I said it is best to use a lot of onions. Apart from the fact that onions is very rich in antioxidants, it's also a natural sweetener. It has this extra sweet taste to your meal, and you want to give it a try when making your stew. Okay, so here we have it. If you notice, this is looking like a deep orange color, and that's because of the turmeric we added to it. So I'm just going to mix all this properly so it has an even color before I go ahead to use it. I'm done with that, and then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm using mackerel fish for this particular recipe. So I want to steam my fish a bit before using it to cook. I'll steam, grill, and then use it for the stew. So here I have a clean pot, and I'm just going to put just enough water for the fish to steam properly. I'm not putting too much water. I want to put just the quantity that is required for the fish to steam. So here I have my fish, adding my chopped onions. Then I'm just going to add my salt. Salt to this. And then I'm going to add grated turmeric, ginger, and garlic. So I have this. So I have here grated turmeric, ginger, and garlic. Turmeric, ginger, and garlic. I'm just going to add that, all of it. Then I'm adding very little water because I want the water to cook along with the fish and then dry into the fish. I don't want to have a lot of water after cooking the fish, so I'm going to adjust a little water to that. Okay. Yeah. So start cooking. So there you have the fish. So while this is steaming and we want this to, be ready, the next thing we're going to do is to boil our rice. Okay, so for this particular recipe today, we're using the brown rice. The choice of brown rice is because it is rich in fiber. Remember, when we talk about this program, we're looking at healthy ingredients and we are looking at going as natural as possible. So brown rice retains a lot of nutrients. It is rich and helps in cutting belly fat, and is also a very good option for Weight Watchers. For someone who is diabetic and needs to cut down on the carbohydrate intake, this is a very good one. It is also rich in riboflavin, and it's a good source of folate, magnesium, and potassium. Also very rich in calcium. So you see many reasons why we are choosing to use this rice today. So here we have the fish on the fire already, and we're just going to wash our rice and put on the fire as well. So here I have a pot for the rice. Going to add my water. I encourage us a lot to have boiling water when cooking. So here I'm going to add my water, and then I'm going to put on the fire while I go ahead to wash the rice. So before I am done washing the rice, the water would already have been on the fire for a while. But before we go ahead to wash the rice, I want to turn the fish the other way. You see what it looks like? You see how bright and how beautiful my pot looks? Yeah, so that's the influence of turmeric. Someone may ask, why turmeric? Turmeric is very, very good because it contains a lot of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant agents, and it's something that you should consume for its benefit and then of course for its flavor. So I just want to turn the other side of the fish so it will also get all the ingredients just like this other side has gotten. After which I'm going to put the fish in the griller and grill the fish a bit. So here you have it. If you notice, I don't have much water in the pot and it's very deliberate. So now I'm going to go ahead to wash my rice while I prepare for the remaining parts of the cooking. Okay, so here we have the rice already on the fire and the fish is ready. So I'm going to check the fish right away. So I've added my Himalayan pink salt to the rice, and I'm just going to cover and allow it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until the rice is ready. And then here I have my fish. My fish is okay, ready. And then I'm just going to put the fish in the griller. So I want it to be a bit dry, basically. So I'm just going to do this instead of frying, because we're reducing our consumption of oil. We have said that even the LDS oil is better consumed in very minimal quantity, and that's the same reason why we are not frying the fish, and that's why we choose to grill instead of frying. So someone may ask, our fish is ready. While I'm waiting for the fish to grill, I'll go ahead and make the stew. And then someone may ask, why am I having rice and stew? How healthy is this food for me? So here in this pepper mix we have tomatoes. Tomatoes is rich in vitamin C, potassium, folate, and it is rich in lycopene. Lycopene is that plant compound that promotes heart health and then helps reduce the risk of cancer. And then of course, habanero pepper is rich in capsaicin. Capsaicin found in habanero pepper helps to lower cholesterol level, reduce the risk of cancer, and promote weight loss. So for someone who wants to lose weight, for someone who is already managing cancer, or want to reduce your chances of having cancer, or you just want to stay generally healthy, you're just particular about what you eat. Even bell pepper is very rich in vitamin C, B6, vitamin C and vitamin B6, vitamin K1, and a lot of minerals that can help fight cell damage. Not to talk of the onions. That's why I say when you want to use onions, use it in abundance, because it is very rich in mineral components. Onions is very rich because it's an excellent source of antioxidants. As a matter of fact, it contains over 25 varieties of flavonoid. So that's why you and I must consume it a lot, apart from the fact that it makes your food actually taste sweet. So that's why we're using that today. And then today we are going to make our stew with olive oil. Olive oil promotes cardiovascular health, and then it is very good for controlling cholesterol, and then treats Alzheimer's disease while also helping to relieve constipation. So you want to consider this a lot when you're cooking. But don't forget that when it comes to oil, it is best to use them in very minimal quantity. And that's why even as we make this stew today, we are not going to use a lot of oil. So here we have our brown rice still on the fire, and then we're going to go ahead to make the stew. So we have this pot. We're going to wait for the pot to dry up, and then we are going to add our olive oil. And if you're interested in healthy eating and you would like to partner with us, you want to sponsor this program, you want to partner with us, the phone numbers will scroll. You will see our WhatsApp number. Please kindly reach out to us. And don't forget, there is a book you should have. Make Your Food Your Medicine. If you do not have this book in your library, there is something you're missing out on. Some of the things I'm teaching here you'll find in this book. I authored this book many years ago, and this is the second edition. The first edition sold out in no time, and this is also selling very fast, and you want to also pick up your own copy. So now we have a dry pot, and then I'm just going to add my olive oil. So I'm using the spoon. I'm not going to make it full, just a leveled quantity of the spoon. And then I also have said before, if you've been following this program, that whenever you're heating your oil, don't eat for too long. Because the longer you eat your oil, the more the nutritional value you lose. Each time you heat your oil, you are losing the nutrients in it. So when you are heating your oil, please be very careful. Do not heat them for too long. So that's our olive oil added already. And I'm just going to leave it for about 30 seconds, not more than that. And then I'll add my other ingredients. So here I have the pot on the fire, so I'm just going to add my chopped onions. So I'm just going to allow this fry for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Then I'm adding my pepper mix. Not going to use all of it because it's a lot. Okay, so here you see how beautiful our stew is looking. Yeah, beautiful. And then here, don't forget, we have the pot we used for steaming the fish. And because we don't encourage wastage, so I've added a bit of water to this, and I'm just going to scrape them into the pot, into the cooking pot, so we can retain all the ingredients and nutrients and the taste, of course, in the second pot. So there you have our stew. We'll still allow it cook for a bit, but while that's happening, before adding the fish, so we'll allow it cook for a bit, and then we have not added anything apart from the pepper mix we blended, and then of course the olive oil we've used for the stew. So the next thing I'm going to do is to add our Himalayan pink salt. And of course, you know why I would choose to use Himalayan pink salt. Himalayan pink salt helps to regulate blood sugar level, and then it's useful for hypertensive patients. If you're hypertensive, you want to be careful what you eat. And then of course it improves sleep quality and improves libido. So there are several reasons why you should consider using Himalayan pink salt, and that's our choice of salt for today's cooking. So we have this on the fire, so we allow it to continue cooking for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then here I have the diced carrot and spring onion, and I'm just going to sprinkle this on the rice because the rice is as good as ready. I'm doing this just to give the rice that extra feel, to make it look interesting when you're eating. Sometimes the truth is most times we eat with our eyes before putting the food even into our mouth, so it's good to have it looking appealing. So that's why I'm adding this, so my white rice looks a bit appealing to anyone who is eating it, including myself. Okay, so I'm going to check my fish, so I'll see if I can add it right now. Oh yeah, so here I have it. Okay. You need to stir so you mix properly. And then I'm going to cover my pot for another 5 minutes, after which my stew will be ready. But for now, rice is ready, so I'm just going to put this off. So all I'm doing now is to wait for the stew to be ready as well. Okay, so now we want to check our stew. You see how tantalizing and fresh it looks. Imagine having all natural ingredients in your stew, no artificial seasoning at all. That's what we have here. So our stew is ready. We're just going to put off the fire. So it's the stew has this consistency because of the quantity of oil we used. Remember, we are reducing our oil intake to the BRS minimum, and that's why we used very little oil. So you want to sponsor this program, you want to partner with us, our numbers are scrolling. You can call us, reach us on WhatsApp, and let's talk about this. And right about now, I'm going to have a taste of this delicious delicacy. Okay, so my rice and stew is ready. So here we have, in case you're just joining the program, this is brown rice and fish stew without any artificial seasoning. So it's possible. So here you have it, brown rice, and I'm just going to have a taste of it. But of course, it's going to taste plain without the stew. Okay. Sincerely, if you do not tell someone, the person won't even note that this stew was made without artificial seasoning. It's so tasty. I want you to try it at home. And to all our viewers who have been calling us, say, oh, I tried it, it worked out. Oh, I want you to try this recipe. Oh, I did this, I did this. Thank you, because you are encouraging us. And then, of course, if you don't have this book in your library, you're missing out a whole lot. So this book, Make Your Food Your Medicine, is a book I authored a couple of years ago. And this is the second edition. We sold out the first edition in no time. Here's the second edition. So many things to learn, over 25 alkaline-based recipes. And then, of course, so many things you need to know. From your health to your eating habit to breaking old eating habits. So it is one book you want to have in your library. It's a good gift for someone, especially for someone who is sick, who needs to know exactly what to eat. Or anyone managing any kind of ailment, anyone who is old enough and then needs to be careful what he or she eats. This is the kind of person to buy the book for. And for someone who is just interested in living very long and well, yeah, you want to buy this book for such a person. Don't forget, if you don't take care of your body, where will you live? This program is open to sponsorship and partnership. You can call us, our numbers are scrolling. Please subscribe to our channel on YouTube, comment on our post on Facebook, like our page, follow us on Instagram, give us a comment, tell us about anything we've done that you like. Give us your feedback, basically. And then, of course, give us a call to get your copy of the book. Most of these ingredients we use for cooking are available. If you want to source them, let us know. We are going to get them across to you. But before I go ahead, let me have a taste of the fish. I can't end this program without having a taste of the fish. Yummy. And you know, the turmeric just gives it this very appealing color. So try this at home. Don't be cheated. I know you can't taste with me here, but you can try yours at home. Thank you again for tuning to the show. See you in the Juice Kitchen.